Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm Arif, your Cloud Learning Journey partner. In today's video, I'm going to cover a very important topic, that is in 2024, which cloud provider you should start to learn first. So suppose you have made a decision that you want to learn cloud, you want to start your cloud journey. And now whenever we're talking about cloud, there are three particular names that comes to our mind. One is AWS, Amazon Web Service. The second one is Microsoft Azure, and the third one is Google Cloud. So there are lots of certification path, the career path, the role path. So it's very likely to get overwhelmed with all of this information and to choose a particular cloud. So in today's video, I'm going to help you with that. So after watching today's video, you will have a complete understanding like which cloud provider you should start learning first in 2024. Before starting the video, I just want to talk about myself. Well, I'm Arif. I do have more than 8 years of experience in cloud computing and cybersecurity. I hold multi-certification in AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Beside that, I also hold CISSP and CCSP certification, which we could consider the industry standard of cloud security certifications. So this channel is all about cloud computing, cybersecurity, and IT career related tips. So if you're interested in this field, this channel is definitely for you. So I'm planning to upload tons of videos to this topic. Please like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see my upcoming videos. Without further delay, let's dive in. Alright, so at the very beginning of today's video, let's talk about the overview of cloud computing. So whenever we're talking about cloud computing, we're mainly referring to three cloud providers. Those are AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. And a good question could come to our mind, that is why we need to use cloud computing and why we need to learn cloud computing, why it's all hyped about cloud computing. So, well, if you want to compare the on-prem data center to cloud computing environment, there are tons of benefit in cloud computing. In cloud computing, we don't have to pay a lot of capex, the capital expenditures. We can just simply rent some services, purchase some service from cloud, and we can pay per monthly basis, which is super cheap. And in cloud, it's very easy to maintain the security aspect, the fault tolerance, the disaster recovery plan. So you name it. In every sense, cloud computing is doing a fine job compared to the on-prem. So if you know how to configure things well in cloud environment, it's guaranteed that your cloud environment would be much more secure compared to the on-prem one. So for that, who can do this job? Well, someone with the proper knowledge. So that's why we need to learn cloud computing. And after the COVID, now more and more companies are moving their infrastructure from on-prem to the cloud, because on cloud, it's very easy to maintain the infrastructure. There is almost zero downtime, and all the compliances and the standard, those need to be fulfilled, can easily be complied in cloud environment. In today's video, we're gonna go through these three: AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. We will do a side-by-side comparison to understand in 2024 which one is the best option for us to learn, which one is the best option for us to deploy application for our startup. So please stick to it and watch the video till the end. Right, so let's look into the market value of cloud computing industry. So if we see this, in 2022, the global cloud computing market was valued at $494 billion, and it is expected to grow to 947.3 billion by 2027. So within 5 years of time span, we can see it's gonna almost double the total market value. So what does it mean? That means there are tons of new jobs for cloud computing expert. So I think this is the correct time for you to learn cloud computing and get a very good job in the cloud computing sector. So if I scroll down a little bit here, we can see the recent statistics about cloud computing market share. So here the country names that are mentioned in the US, UK, Germany, France, Italy, Japan, India, Brazil. These are all big countries where they use technology heavily. So here, the first one is AWS, second one is Azure, third one is GCP, and others. So beside these three, there are a few other cloud computing providers too, like Alibaba and some other more. Also, IBM has also their own cloud. So these are like all rest of the cloud industry. All right, so US is in US marketplace, AWS is dominating by it is holding almost like 33.10%. So then the second one is Azure, the third one is GCP, and the others are 35%. If you say in every single country, it is AWS which is dominating. So when we see these numbers, there is a clear indication is that if you learn cloud computing like AWS from at the very beginning of your journey, it will make your life easy. Like how? Because there are tons of more jobs in AWS technology comparing to Azure, GCP, or other clouds. So that's the first comparison that we looked into. The second thing here I want to show you. So it's not like other companies are like all the companies are using AWS. Some companies are using AWS, some enterprises are using Azure, some are using Google Cloud. So here this is an example. So if you want to migrate your solution to SaaS or choose AWS, these companies will be your neighbors. So it's good to know, like if you are choosing AWS, which companies are also using AWS. Netflix is a big one. We are all familiar with Netflix, Expedia, Apple, Verizon, Philips. These are the giant enterprise companies which are running on AWS. Just think how powerful AWS infrastructure is that is hosting all of this powerful application. That's pretty impressive. The second one, Azure. So in Azure, PepsiCo, Adobe, Uber, all these big names are hosting their application. So it's pretty impressive too. And the last one, under Google Cloud, GCP, we can see some very good names like eBay, Twitter, PayPal, all are hosted on Google Cloud. So what does it mean? That means all these three are good. I'm not telling like one is better than other, but the thing is like whenever we're talking about major cloud market and the major enterprise level companies, which cloud they're preferring, well, the name always comes at top is AWS. That's why I am investing more on AWS, because at the very beginning, if you get exposure to one particular sector or one particular company like AWS to learn cloud, then it will make your life easier, because there are tons of more jobs in this sector, in this field in AWS compared to other platforms, other cloud providers. So please learn AWS, and from there you can learn other technologies like other cloud providers too. It's almost like learning programming language. If you learn C, then you can easily learn C++ and some other programming languages. There are a little bit changes, but the concept is almost the same. Just the syntax would be a little bit different. So for that reason, if you want to start your career in cloud, then AWS is definitely the winner, the best option. If you want to learn cloud, AWS is you should choose AWS. If you want to run your application on cloud, then you should choose AWS first, because obviously AWS seems the industry leader in that case. All right, so here one more thing I want to emphasize in here, that is some key points like what features are offered by AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. So for AWS, the first the first point is the largest cloud platform in the world. That's we already have seen that. The second is well-established and mature platform, because AWS it's the industry leader of cloud computing. So the innovation and things are always happening in AWS first. So that's why it's always like a more mature platform to host your application. The third option is strong security and compliance feature. There are tons of documentation, tons of compliances, tons of standards that are followed by AWS. So if you want to take your security side very seriously, then AWS is definitely the option for you. And the fourth is good documentation and support. I must say I have been using AWS for more than 8 years, and for every single service they create these documents, these white papers, which are awesome. So if you need some information, it's always available. All you have to do, just go through the long documentation. That's all. The second is Azure. So what are the positive side of Azure? Okay, and the Azure side, we can see the second largest cloud provider in the world. We already have seen that from the statistics. Then the second one is built on Microsoft Enterprise Technology Stack. If your organization is heavily dependent on Microsoft technologies, then Azure could be a good option for you, because then it will be a seamless integration between your on-prem and your cloud platform. The third is a strong integration with other products and other services of Microsoft. And the last one is good documentation and support. Here the documentation is also good, so you can choose this one. The third one is Google Cloud. Well, it's a third largest cloud platform, and second one is the innovative and cutting edge platform. So it's trying really hard to catch up with AWS and Microsoft Azure. The third one is a strong focus on open source technologies. If you like open source technologies, then Google Cloud is a good option for you. And the last one is good documentation support. So all these three cloud platform provides a very good documentation that we can use to learn and adopt our cloud journey. Alright, so after looking into some blogs, some articles about the comparison in between AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, let me share my opinion. So after working 8 years in this cloud computing industry, let me share my understanding about which cloud we should target in 2024. Well, let's start from the very beginning. When I first finished my bachelor's, then I started to look for some particular career field, and I became serious about cloud computing. The first name I came to know about AWS, then I also heard about Azure and Google Cloud. So as AWS is an industry leader, my way of thinking was if AWS is the industry leader, so there are more jobs in AWS compared to the others. That's why I started my learning path with AWS. So first I finished some associate certification, and once I finished all the three associate certification, then I thought like, yeah, now I have a very strong base about cloud computing. I know exactly how to configure stuff, how to deploy an application stuff in cloud. And so now it's the correct time for me to look forward to other cloud platform, because pretty much it's the same thing what I discovered. That is just the name is different, or maybe a little bit different in terms of functionalities, but the core of all these three cloud are pretty much the same. So that's a plus point for us. So the time that we're gonna spend to learn one cloud, it will work for other cloud too. So it's there are a lot of overlapping, that's for sure. So then I started to learn other cloud like Azure and Google Cloud, and it gave me a very holistic overview of cloud computing. So that's how I think we should approach to learn cloud computing even in 2024. If we look into the market of cloud computing industry, then AWS is still the industry leader. And so for that reason, I think we should target AWS. We should start with some AWS certification. We should deploy some applications on cloud, in especially AWS. We need to learn all the things, how to integrate multiple services in together, play with it, and have some fun. And once we are comfortable with the AWS platform, then I would explore some other cloud computing providers like Azure or Google Cloud. So that's how I would approach to learn cloud computing in 2024, because it makes sense. First, we need to target the industry leader. Once we do have a good proficiency in that, then we can move forward with other providers. So if you guys have any confusions about starting your cloud computing journey, which cloud provider you need to choose, please let me know under this comment section, and I'm gonna reply in a very short period of time. Thank you so much guys for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. Our channel recently got monetized. All credits goes to you guys. Because of you this happened. The main motivation behind the channel is to create a community where everybody will help each other to become a better IT professional. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see my upcoming videos. That's all for today. Have a great and wonderful day.